Welcome to the Explainer. Right now, the entire crypto market is kind of balanced on a knife's edge. So today, we're going to try and decode what its next big move might be.
All right, let's dive right in. We're looking at some fresh market analysis that puts Bitcoin at a really critical turning point. Why? Because it just got smacked down from a major resistance level, not once, but twice in just 2 days. And, what happens with Bitcoin has huge implications for pretty much everything else in crypto. Okay, so to really get a handle on where crypto might be going, we're going to do something a little counterintuitive. Our first stop isn't in the crypto world at all. We've actually got to look at the broader US stock market. And here's the thing. It's a bit of a double-edged sword right now. You see, the stock market just blasted to a new all-time high, which is great. That can definitely help lift crypto. But, and this is a big but, there's a key technical indicator that's flashing a warning sign. It's basically saying, hey, a cool down might be just around the corner.
And that warning sign? It's what we call an overbought signal. And it's showing up on the S&P 500's hourly chart. Now, that doesn't mean a crash is coming. Not at all. It's more like a suggestion that the market got a little ahead of itself. It went up too far, too fast, and it might need to catch its breath for a bit, maybe by moving sideways or pulling back just a little. So here's the bottom line on this. This pressure from the outside, it could really be the deciding factor. I mean, think about it. If the stock market starts to pull back, it creates this headwind that makes it so much harder for Bitcoin and the others to break through their own ceilings. This could be the very thing that stops a crypto rally dead in its track.
All right, let's get to the main event. Now that we have that stock market backdrop, let's zoom in on Bitcoin itself and see what it's up against. And let me tell you, it's a pretty formidable price ceiling, a wall that's proving really, really tough to break. $94,000. That is the number to watch right now. Bitcoin has been slammed down from this critical resistance level, again, not just once, but twice in 2 days. That tells you that sellers are up there defending that price zone like their lives depend on it. And this right here perfectly captures the conflict the market is in. On one side, you've got these bullish signals, things like a bullish divergence, which is basically when price is going down, but the momentum is secretly building up. It hints that a reversal could be coming. But then on the other side, you have these powerful bearish signals on the bigger weekly chart that are screaming, nope, the major downtrend is still in charge. It is a classic textbook tug of war. So these are the key battlegrounds, right? The lines in the sand. For the bulls, the mission is simple. Smash through $94,000 and, crucially, stay above it. But if the bears win this round and push the price down, we'll be watching to see if buyers show up at these support levels, especially around that $90,000 mark, to stop the bleeding.
Bitcoin's struggle doesn't happen in a vacuum. It sends these massive ripples across the entire altcoin market. It's like they say, when the king sneezes, everyone else catches a cold.
Okay, let's kick things off with Ethereum. And no surprise here, it's pretty much following Bitcoin's lead, pulling back from its own recent highs. But what's interesting is that it's also flashing its own unique little warning sign. With Ethereum, pretty much all eyes are on that $3,000 support zone. It is absolutely critical for the bulls to hold that line to keep any upward momentum going. If that level breaks, well, a deeper correction is probably on the table. And if they do manage to turn things around, the next big test is up around $3,400. And here's where we see some of that internal weakness. This is separate from whatever Bitcoin is doing. Ethereum has its own confirmed bearish signal. It's that same idea we talked about, the price pushed to a new high, but the momentum just wasn't there to back it up. It's a classic sign of exhaustion. And what that means is even if Bitcoin manages to just tread water, Ethereum could still struggle on its own for a bit. All right, next up, Solana. It's another huge player in the space, and it's in a really similar boat. It just hit a major roadblock and is now testing a super important level. I mean, look at this. Solana had a picture-perfect rejection from its big resistance zone right around $147. It was like hitting a brick wall. And that sent the price tumbling straight back down to test its key support level near 130.
And here we go again with that market indecision, right? The short-term picture looks pretty bearish after getting rejected so hard from the top. But there's a longer-term bullish signal still bubbling just under the surface. It's kind of a hint that, hey, if this support level can just hold on, the bulls are definitely not out of this fight yet. Okay, last but not least, let's take a look at XRP, and you're probably sensing a theme here. It's facing a very similar combo of challenges, running smack into a wall of resistance and flashing multiple warning signals.
So XRP really made a run for it. But that resistance zone between 230 and 240, man, it was just a brick wall. The rally got stopped cold, right in its tracks. And now, the price is pulling back, looking for some footing around that $2.12 mark.
Yeah, for XRP, you've got a whole bunch of signals all pointing in the same direction, suggesting that a cooldown is, well, pretty likely. You've got the rejection from resistance, you've got an overbought signal on the daily chart, and you have that lingering bearish signal on the weekly chart. All of that together is basically screaming that the upward momentum has run out of gas, at least for now.
Okay, so we've got all this conflicting info, right? Bullish signals over here, bear signals over there, and resistance levels that just won't budge. So what does this all mean for you? What are the really crucial things we need to be watching to see which way this market finally breaks? Well, it really boils down to three big questions. Number one, what happens with the stock market? Does it cool off or keep pushing? Number two, can Bitcoin finally gather the strength to conquer that $94,000 wall? And number three, will the big altcoins, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, hold their ground at these key support levels? The answers to those three questions are going to tell us pretty much everything we need to know about the market's real strength. And that right there is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We are in a total deadlock. The bulls have some serious underlying strength, you can't deny that. But the bears are absolutely in control at these key resistance levels. So, who's going to blink first? The answer is going to set the stage for the next major move in the market, leaving us at this fascinating and, yeah, absolutely critical crossroads for crypto.